With the announcement of a new anime in this classic series, I decided I had to do this video because Dark Schneider is kind of a classic in the Versus community, though also in general, and a bit of a back and forth rival against Seiya, at least among an old friend of mine. So what better type of video to make than Bastard vs Saint Seiya? Since the last one I did involved a verse, I decided to make it another versus tier battle. Alright, let's get started. Dark Schneider starts at base post-transformations. If he loses, then next transformation. Everyone is composite. Part 1 individually, Part 2 as a group. Tier 1 is non-main character Bronze Saints, Black Saints, Titan Soldiers, Marine Soldiers, and whoever else is comparable. These characters who have feats and calcs that put them around large island to country level. Speed, Mach 1 to somewhat above. All these characters are capable of atomic destruction. Saints, no matter their rank, have adaptive evolution which allows them to greater resist, become immune, and counter techniques. Now base DS in terms of pure AP, after allowing himself to be injured, Dark Schneider destroyed a castle belonging to one of his old allies. Dark Schneider purely offensive spells are capable of building size destruction. His spell Halloween was capable of easily destroying an entire army as well as a castle in a single strike. His spell Black Sabbath is a technique where he traps his opponent in a dimension that generates extreme heat that can create a massive crater. Of course, DS is a wizard, so his deadliness is based around hacks. Most notably are things like absolute zero spells, teleportation, illusion creation, some pretty impressive summoning such as these slugs from hell that eat anything they come in contact with, a 100,000 pound golem, and with his sword, a fire monster that can unleash fire at 20k degree temperatures. And while DS does not have his barriers, he has strong regeneration. Speed deflected a supersonic attack, perhaps high hypersonic given lightning spells exist in this universe. So how does Dark Schneider fare in base? From what I saw from his feats and counts, he ranges from city to country level. Oddly enough, besides maybe speed, this tier is very comparable, but what is not comparable is what gives DS the advantage. His hacks, regenerative abilities, and massive advantage in physical strength. He should be able to defeat any of them 1v1 in a single attack with some of his techniques. So he clears round 1. Round 2, all at once, he should clear with difficulty, likely getting almost automized a few times. Now, Tier 2, Silver Saints, Low Tier Spectres, Steel Saints, 3rd rank Palastites, and Satellites. These characters have statements and feats that put them at Mach 5 to higher hypersonic, attack potency, multi-continent, possibly planet to even star level, via black hole manipulation and certain statements. Base Dark Schneider should honestly be defeated by anyone in this group, completely itemized. Now his next level, Majin Dark Schneider. Technically there might be a form or two before this, but this is the name, easy to gauge except the transformation. The gap in power and abilities is massive here, so I will simply go over basic attack potency. Much more powerful than Anthrax, whose power threatened to destroy the world. His technique, Judas Paint, was stated to have the power to destroy a galaxy. Speed, faster than angels, who are stated to be faster than light, and calced to be 7,000 times the speed of light. Dark Schneider can attack millions of times in a second, but perhaps the most known thing about Dark Schneider is his incredible defense, Dispel Bound. To sum it up, it's multiple, possibly countless powerful barriers that quickly regenerate when destroyed. These barriers protect against a number of Hack's abilities. It has very few weaknesses. It was only pierced by a high to infinite number of repeated blows. Dark Schneider also has eternal atoms, allowing him to regenerate from one of 3 forms of existence. And all of that brings us back to the tier battle. Dark Schneider absolutely crushes tier 2, both rounds, no difficulty. Tier 3, below 7th sense user characters, giants, Egyptian soldiers, lesser Egyptian gods, mythological heroes, Goldie and Blondie, and Faceless, second ranked Palicites. Characters that can contend with 7th Sense users or just below. We'll just say these characters get washed both rounds. At best, they would be Galaxy level and light speed, going by how they can easily stomp Silver Saint level characters and contend with above characters. Some nice hacks here and there. The Egyptian soldiers can attack at million-degree temperatures when concentrated. That's impressive, but nothing is getting through Despair Bound. They simply get outclassed terribly. Tier 3 low 7th Sense level characters. This would be most Mariners and God Warriors, Gold Saints like Aphrodite, Aldebaran, and Death Mask, as well as other lesser goals from other franchises like Turris Hasgard, Capricorn Iona, and all but the strongest of Spectres. These characters are light speed to massively FTL, possibly infinite to even immeasurable, via Spectres traversing the underworld realms that are infinite in scope and beyond space-time. Attack potency, galaxy to multi-galaxy. He clears round 1. Dark Schneider in this form, while they may have a possible AP and speed advantage, I can't see any individual putting him down before he out-hexes him, so he clears round 1. Tier 3 in a battle of attrition. Round 2, I think they would eventually overwhelm Dark Schneider. Together, they can break his shields. There are characters that can attack on multiple states simultaneously at this tier. So besides another battle of attrition with Eternal Atoms, Majin Diaz stops here. Now the next level, Dark Knight mode. At this level, Dark Schneider is actually sub-light speed, but a massive boost in power, over 130 times more powerful than before, and grows even more powerful. Also unlocked a very broken ability, Bloodstone. This ability creates a space that reflects an attack onto himself to hit his opponent. Basically, you need greater defense than offense to deal with this technique. Back to round 2. Knight Dark Schneider should win here via superior attack potency and defense. They have nothing for him. Tier 4. This is the 7th Sense mid-tier users. This includes Gold Saints like Capricorn Shura, Camus, lesser gods like the Dream Gods, the strongest of the God Warriors, movie antagonists including Legend of Sanctuary Gold Saints, as well as Sealed Titans and Jirids. These are characters that are in the multi-galaxy to universal plus range via miracles and weapons. I think Dark Schneider should take them all individually, with the Titans putting up the hardest fight, due to Ichor Divine Blood giving them a number of resistances to Hack's abilities. Round 2. Basically the same story as the last round, just too many characters that can potentially reach a higher level of AP. Now, his final form, Atom of Darkness. The peak level of power of this form is unknown, but high end you can compare it to possibly God and Lucifer, who created a pocket dimension. Dark Schneider restored an angel to life, something only God was said can do. Defeated Uriel, who was comparable to Dark Knight mode. Back to the tier. Honestly, I think it's the same outcome. Just too many characters who would be comparable in AP. Now, how about tier 5? These would be the top tier Gold Saints: Virgo Shock, Gemini Saga, Leo Regulus, Libra Doko, Gemini Aspros, the 3 Magnates, Unsealed Titans, the strongest of gladiators and the strongest of movie warriors. This is kinda the hardest to decide. Atom of Darkness certainly should be able to defeat some of these characters with high difficulty, but so many are evenly matched, like Shaka, especially with Eingor. Leo Regulus with his ability to copy all powers, the Titans and their Dunamis. These characters have been stated to be universal and have created universes and survived universal level attacks. Gods with their divine weapons should have no problem putting Dark Schneider down, in my opinion. I'll let you guys decide who could defeat him here, but overall, he wins or loses with the winner winning at high difficulty. So yes, tier 5 is where Dark Schneider stops. Someone in round 1 or a hard stop in round 2. Well, that was pretty fun and interesting versus. By the way, if you're wondering why Seiya has not yet been shown, well, I don't break down characters into arcs, only forms or different franchises. And base form legendary saints are still multiversal. Anyway, tell me your thoughts in the comments and please remember to like, sub, and hit the bell. Later.